I built an AI HR assistant with the help of Claude Code. I asked Claude to make me 100 fake CVs for the test. Inside that pile, I hid 5 strong candidates who were easy to overlook, the kind you'd miss in a quick skim. Then I added my own real CV without telling the system. Let me give you a quick demo. The job isn't hard coded, so first I open this form, type in a role and short brief, and hit submit. In plain English, from here it opens the folder, reads every CV inside it, scores each one against what I just wrote, and ranks the best 5. Change the job, submit the form again, and it reruns for something completely different. A few minutes later, here's what it produced. Over 100 CVs in, 5 names ranked at the top. This is the phase 1 of the AI HR operating system I am building in 5 parts. Today is just this piece. Read a pile of CVs, score them, and rank them. So a client of mine has been working in HR for last 13 years. The problem he gave me was simple. When a job gets a large pile of applications, somebody still has to open every CV and compare them fairly. He told me a pile like this usually takes him 2 days, sometimes more. Call it 20 hours. This system does the same job in 5 to 10 minutes. Before I trusted this on anything real, I needed proof that it actually worked. So I asked Claude Code to make me 100 fake CVs on purpose, which meant I already knew the answer going in. The only real CV in the final test was mine. Each of the 5 I hid is a genuinely strong candidate. Real experience, real results. But each one also has a surface flaw that gets someone skipped on a quick read. Then I wrote 6 more that were the opposite. Perfect formatting, MBA, senior title, and nothing real behind any of it, just to see if the system would fall for it. The final folder had 101 CVs, 100 fake ones, and plus mine. It read all of them in 4.5 minutes. It scored 99 and marked 2 as needs review because it could not read them properly. Then it put 5 candidates at the top of the sheet, the ones you just saw. Every readable CV gets a score, a short reason, a quote from the CV, and a link back to the original file. The workflow checks that the quote really appears in the CV text. But that only proves the applicant wrote it. It does not prove the claim is true. And this tool does not hire or reject anybody. It helps a person decide which CVs to review first. There are 2 steps behind that form. The first one reads each CV on its own and looks for evidence that matches the job. The second one compares those results and chooses 5 for the shortlist. The difficult part was not asking AI to score a CV. It was dealing with normal messy files and failures. And it hence normal file reader can't read them at all. So Google Drive converts each Word file into a Google Doc first, and then the workflow reads the text from there. Second, what happens when the AI fails? One of my earlier runs showed a green success tick. So the workflow looked successful even though the results were useless. The new version checks its own work before it's allowed to finish. Every file has to come back with either a score or a needs review flag, and the top 5 have to be complete. If those checks fail, the run stops instead of pretending everything worked. So did it find the 5 strong candidates I hid? 4 of the 5 made the top 5, despite the flaw that would have got them skipped. None of the 6 polished but empty CVs did, despite looking perfect on paper. My own CV ranked 5th. The system did not know it was mine. It gave me a score of 7 and highlighted the part where I said I supervised front office operations and handled serious complaints from a job I left in 2020. So the logic held up on CVs Claude made up. Then I asked the client if he can send me the real thing, real CVs. He sent me 120 actual applications for a real front office manager's role. Same workflow, same 2 AI steps, nothing changed. 21 got flagged needs review, 13 were scans or photos with no readable text at all. This build I made reads PDF and Word files only. Reading a scan or a photo isn't built in yet. That's a straightforward next step if a client actually needs it. On the fake pile, that unreadable rate was 2%. On the real pile, it was closer to 7. That's the real lesson. Fake CVs tell you the logic works. Real CVs tell you how messy an actual hiring pile is. This is a test system, not a finished hiring product. It can still see names and other personal details inside a CV. I tell the workflow to treat the CV as information, not instructions. If you use real CVs, you need permissions, limited access, a clear rule for when files are deleted, and a person responsible for the final decision. This system only helps organize the first review. A human still decides who moves forward. That is phase 1 done. 4 more phases are already designed. Score the moment a CV lands, tell everyone the outcome when a vacancy closes, search the whole talent pool before a new ad even goes out, and run it for many roles and many clients at once. That is the full build for today. It lets you set the role through a simple form and reads a PDF and Word files, catches what it can't read, scores what it can, checks the evidence, and puts 5 names at the top for a person to review. I've also made a clean N10 template with my folder, sheet, and account details removed. The link is in the description. connect your own accounts, and add your own job brief. And test it carefully before using it with real applicants. If this was helpful, do like and subscribe. I build and test one AI practical system like this every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.